The evening sky glowed in soft gold as the powerful CEO Alina stepped out of her black SUV. After a long meeting, her heels clicked on the pavement, her face stern, her mind heavy with the weight of another long day. She moved toward the entrance of the lakeside resort, where the company retreat was happening, but she suddenly paused. A tiny voice came from behind her, soft, trembling, full of fear. "Mom, I can't find my daddy." Alina turned and saw a small girl, around 6 years old, with tangled hair, big round eyes, and a pink jacket a size too large. She hugged a small stuffed bear, her voice shaking as if she had been calling for help for hours. Alina knelt down slowly, her posture gentle, her voice softer than anyone had heard during the entire retreat. "Where did you last see him?" The little girl pointed toward the tree line beyond the parking lot. A dark, dense forest stood there, silent, watching still. The girl swallowed hard. "Daddy told me to stay close, but he went to find firewood. Then I heard a sound and he did not come back. I called for him, Mom. He did not answer. I got scared and I came here." Alina felt a strange pull in her heart. A child lost, a father missing, a forest growing darker by the minute. She looked around, no guard, no staff. No one seemed aware of the missing man or the frightened child. "What is your name, sweetheart?" "I am Hania," the girl said, tightening her grip on the bear. I did not want to leave him, but I could not stay alone. Alina stood up, took a breath, then held out her hand. "I will help you, Hania. Let us go find your daddy." Hania nodded hesitantly, then placed her tiny hand into Alina's. A small spark of trust lit between them. The wind rustled against the trees, whispering something that made Alina's heartbeat grow sharp. This forest was old, deep, and known for confusing even the locals. Trails twisted, shadows stretched, sounds echoed in strange ways. Alina felt the first warning of danger, yet she stepped forward, pulling Hania gently with her. The forest swallowed them slowly, tree by tree. The deeper they walked, the darker the forest became. Sunlight faded through the branches and a cold breeze circled around them. Hania stayed close, her small footsteps light and shaky. Alina looked down at her several times, noticing how brave the girl tried to appear. She squeezed her hand to assure her that she was not alone. "Where were you and your daddy going before he went for firewood?" Alina asked, her voice steady as she stepped over fallen branches. "We were just walking," Hania said. "Daddy said the forest is peaceful, but today it did not feel peaceful." They both stopped when a long, distant creaking sound echoed through the trees. Something snapped far ahead as if wood had broken under heavy weight. Hania flinched and Alina placed a protective hand on her shoulder. "Stay close, Hania, no matter what." As they walked deeper, they found a small campsite. The remains of a fire lay there, still warm, so the father had been here moments before. A jacket hung on a branch and a water bottle lay in the grass. Hania rushed forward. "Daddy left this here. He never leaves without his jacket." Alina felt her stomach tighten. Something was not right. She looked around, scanning every corner, every shadow. The air carried a faint smell of smoke mixed with something metallic. Tracks in the soil caught her eye. They looked fresh, as if someone had run or dragged something. Alina followed the marks, her instincts sharp, her breathing steady but tense. The forest floor grew uneven, and the path narrowed, thick vines wrapping around fallen logs. Birds screeched overhead in eerie bursts of noise. Hania clung to Alina, whispering, "I do not like this, Mom. Daddy would not leave me like this." Alina stopped, crouched, and looked directly into her eyes. "I know, Hania, and we will find him. Keep strong, we are close." They took another step and then another, slowly, carefully. The silence grew louder than any sound. Then there was a faint cry. The voice weak, strained, distant but human. Hania gasped. "Daddy, that is Daddy, Alina, that is him." Alina grabbed her hand and ran toward the sound, her heart pounding, her breath. Fast the trees whipped past them, the shadows twisting around their legs. They reached an old broken wooden bridge stretched across a shallow ravine. Its planks were cracked, some missing completely. Hania stared at it, shaking. "Daddy went this way, I remember this place." Alina tested the bridge with her foot. It groaned under her weight but held. She guided Hania across plank by plank. The sound they had heard faded, then returned, louder, then weaker, like someone fighting to stay conscious. On the other side, they found a trail of crushed leaves. Leading uphill, Alina followed it, her shoulders tense, her senses alert. Suddenly the forest opened into a small clearing, and there Alina froze. A large fallen tree blocked the ground as if it had crashed down recently. Beneath it lay a shape, a person, a man, his leg trapped under the heavy trunk. Hania cried out, "Daddy," and sprinted forward. Alina reached out to stop her, but the girl was too fast. The man lifted his head slowly, his voice hoarse. "Hania, stay back, sweetheart. Daddy is stuck, I cannot move." Alina knelt beside him, assessing the situation. The injury looked severe, the tree heavy, the forest too quiet. She felt the weight of responsibility settle on her like a mountain. "Sir, can you feel your leg?" "Barely," he whispered. "I heard something here. I came to check. Then the tree just fell." I tried to shout, but no one heard. Alina worked her hands around the trunk, testing its weight. She knew she could not lift it alone, but she refused to show weakness. In front of the frightened child, Hania hugged her father, tears soaking into his shirt. "Daddy, I was so scared." "I am sorry, Hania," he whispered, brushing her hair. "You did the right thing running to get help." Alina stood thinking quickly. The sun was almost gone, and the forest would be pitch black soon. She had no reception, no tools, no one nearby. Only her strength and the will to protect the little girl. Clutching her father desperately, she looked around, searching for a branch, a lever, anything. Then she froze again when bushes behind them rustled. Something or someone moved between the trees, watching, listening, following. Hania held her father tighter. "What was that, Mom? Who was there?" Alina took a slow breath, shielding them with her body. Her eyes locked on the shadows. No one answered. The forest stood silent again, but the silence felt wrong. Alina scanned the surroundings, her instincts sharp. A faint crunch of leaves came from behind a cluster of trees. Something was circling. Them slow, deliberate, careful. Hania pressed close to her father, eyes wide with fear. Alina whispered, "Stay behind me, both of you." Her voice steady, though her heart raced. She stepped toward the sound, hands ready, feet firm. The trees swayed lightly, as if warning her to go back, but she pushed forward, determined to protect the child and the injured. "Father," she parted the branches and stared into the darkness. No movement. No sound. Nothing but the heavy presence of someone unseen. Suddenly a branch snapped to the left. Alina spun instantly, her breath sharp. She saw footprints in the mud, fresh, deep, heading toward them, then stopping, as if whoever made them had been standing there watching their struggle. Hania called softly, "Mom, is it an animal?" Alina shook her head. "I do not think so." She returned to the father, urgency rising. "We need to get you out of here now." She placed her shoulder under the trunk, trying to lift it even an inch, her muscles strained. She gritted her teeth. The trunk shifted, but not enough. Hania held her bare close, tears filling her eyes. "Mom, will we be safe?" Alina knelt, touched her cheek, and whispered, "You will be safe, I promise." She stood again, eyes fierce and focused. She found a long, thick branch wedged under the roots. She dragged it across the clearing, placed it under the fallen tree, and pushed with all her strength. The tree lifted slightly, just enough for the man to pull himself free with a cry of pain. Alina dropped the branch and rushed to help him up. He leaned heavily against her, breathing hard, his leg trembling. "Thank you," he whispered, voice weak. "We are not safe yet," Alina said quietly. She looked back at the trees. Every instinct screamed that they were not alone. The forest wind rose, suddenly stirring leaves into spirals. The shadows thickened. Around them, Hania clutched her father's shirt, trembling, as they limped forward to leave the clearing. But before they could go, another sound cut through the forest. A low-drawn breath, not theirs, not human, not far. Alina stopped cold. Hania stared into the trees. The father swallowed hard, and the forest waited,